gonna slap on me, and that's
It's so good.
like that shit slaps.
It really does. Like, non-ironically, that shit's amazing. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Sneaky Games, a Sly 2 Band of Thieves Let's Play here on my YouTube channel, Swirly Games. We got a special video here. I'm not by myself this time. So I had mentioned in my last video that I was going to have a special guest on this one, and I've mentioned his name a bunch of times during the videos, but Grayson, welcome to the channel, buddy. How's it going?
Leroy Jenkins.
I should have known something while I was coming. Oh my god. I just realized now we're going to play the game of how often does my webcam freeze, because I don't know if my computer's ever been recording something while being in Discord, so if my webcam's fucked up, sorry guys, but that's just what we're going to have to deal with, I think.
Your computer's never taken a load this long.
No, I have a good Christian computer. They would never do that. Would never do two things at the same time. Well, so we are on to episode 8 here. So it is called Anatomy for Disaster. So last time we finished off Menace in the North, where Jean Bisson told us, he's like, yeah, you know how there's like that really deadly clockwork guy that you've like collected all of his parts for, and like you probably should have like literally just bashed them with a hammer the second you got them and destroyed them in the first place. Well, you guys kept them all for some reason, and I found them. I sold them all to Arpeggio so we could rebuild the guy. Because your guys are fucking really stupid.
How dumb was that?
Oh my god. It didn't register at the time.
All they needed to do was take one of the parts, like, they just
literally
one part, and steal them and hide them. That's all they had to do. And in the meantime, they're like, "No, we need them all.
We gotta collect them
all together in the van that's not at all hidden."
Nope, not even a little bit. Very dumb. But Jean Bisson let us know that he sold them all to Arpeggio, so Arpeggio has all of Clockwork again, and we were able to hide out in that battery to get picked up by the blimp. So we kind of like the Trojan horse thing sort of has happened now. So we're on our way to wherever Arpeggio's blimp's going. So let's get into this cutscene real quick, and then Grace and I got some stuff to talk about. So we're gonna do our top 8 episodes of Sly 2. So like Anatomy for Disaster is one, Menace in the North is one. So we're gonna rank the areas in the game. So I'm really curious how our lists are going to go. I feel like they're going to be sort of close, but not exact. Like I know we don't have the same favorite, but like I could see us having the same least favorite. I think that might be a thing.
I feel like you might be surprised by my bottom 3.
Oh shit. Okay. All right. Well, we'll get to that in a minute. But let's check out this cutscene. Oh, you won't hear any of this.
I'm glad you can't see me because I feel like we just spent too much time laughing.
Arpeggio.
While attending a prestigious boarding school, the young Arpeggio excelled.
That's like the Sly offshoot. That's his band of thieves.
To keep up with the other boys physically. Sadly, his wings, due to their small size, were useless for flight. Furious at his feeble body, he focused his powerful mind to search for
the stereotypical, I'm small and scrawny, but I'm going to be super smart and rule the world because my brain is big.
I was blown away by all the global warming stuff in the John Bisson.
Oh my god, I know. With like the northern lights and everything.
We were teaching children about this in 2003 and
we still can't figure it out.
Well, I'm not letting that happen.
Take my webcam away because I always grab the screenshot of this. There we go. Anatomy for disaster. Alright, so let's start off with how much money are we going to need? So I have 800. Holy shit. I'm very excited to buy this because you had convinced me in the comments that this was amazing because I didn't think about the idea of dodging the fucking bullets. That's amazing. Temporal lock, freeze time around the guards. Holy shit. I wonder if that's like a grenade he throws.
I just remember as a kid, the Thief Reflex being the one that I would buy to just run around the world and fuck around with.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I don't know how useful it is in terms of actual combat. I almost think that the electric charge spin that you got in the last... I feel like that breaks the game.
That one's like almost too good.
You can't get swarmed by guards at that point.
Yeah. With the, was it like the electric strike or whatever? That one you at least have to like have a second to yourself to like charge it up. Like, I would get hit all the time trying to get it ready, but then I could take the guy out.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I tried this out last night. I was going to text you, but I'm glad that we waited until we're on the stream. Did you know you can kill the bear?
What?
Yeah, I killed the bear with Murray.
Did you just, like, eventually punch it to death, or?
I went in and I just was doing, like, flaming thunderclaps over and over again. And at the same time, the bear always gets distracted and goes to kill guards first. And so I was just, like, pounding away at him while he was killing other guards. And
that's incredible.
You can kill the bear.
Oh, my God. So, let's see. We'll need quick maths. Like, fuck, 7,600? Right? 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. Yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna need like 7,000 coins. So that's not that bad, I guess. Alright. So let's, should we save the list for after the actual recon? Like while I'm running around for bottles, we'll talk about our list?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, we can like get the actual mission done. Oh, shit, yeah.
Are you remembering this map now?
Yes. Oh, there's some good sliding spots. What the fuck? I can't wait to be extra dog shit at the game now that someone's like actively watching me play. So once again, 30 bottles, which makes sense. Where are we supposed to go? Blimp HQ recon. All right.
I will say in my playthrough, I did not die once until the midway through the first Contessa level, and I was judging you pretty hardcore.
Oh, I also haven't died at all. Not once.
But then I got to the point where I don't know if it's the PS Now glitch thing where I just
all the
time.
Yeah, I was never super great at it, and then I think my problem is like I just go in like, God, that fucking guy up there, like balls to the wall no matter what, and I just get like too impatient or aggressive on it, and I'm like, oh yeah, like obviously I just died.
Yeah. I feel we'll talk about this more because I know we're going to talk about like our experience with the game in general. But growing up, we were always playing it like all of us siblings at once, and we would play until somebody died. And so I would get really good at not dying.
Yeah, like that's all I want to do is not die. Yeah, I'm actually going to do that. That's too. I love that move, but voltage attack. That's what it's called. Silent obliteration is so good too. Sly just. I just imagine Bentley like, Sly, I found a way to open up a portal into another dimension. You can put all the guards in there.
I haven't left this comment, but I've thought this a lot watching your videos. Is I feel like Bentley gets the most excited for the most trash of the upgrades.
I know. He gets so hype over some of them.
They're actually cool ones, and he doesn't say anything.
Yeah, he's just not even worried about it.
Like, he got so geeked for the music box. And
yeah, that one sucks so bad. But who cares,
so
Bentley? I figure if I see a bottle, I'll go grab the bottle.
You have to go, that spinning fan thing, you have to run along.
Oh, that's right. Can I get it on it from the other side? Oh.
Yeah, you can go both ways.
Oh, here we go.
You can also do that.
Wait a minute. Oh, it eventually spins. Okay.
Yeah. It just.
I remember.
It just is always rotating.
Yeah. I suppose they're all like basically the same enemy. They just have different gadgets. That's also new. Later, bro. All right. Let's see what we gotta get here. So it's so funny how just the idea of them not breaking the parts as they get up completely ruins this is so funny to me. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit.
Relax, Bentley. I've got it under control.
Okay.
Do you have it under control, Sly?
Yeah. Like, do you though? It goes way up there. Oh, hey, Wing.
There are lots of blimps in this game, considering everything else is set in, like, the early 2000s.
Yeah.
A little confusing.
Mm-hmm. Like, Atessa had one. There's this one. Isn't there one, like, early on in the game, too, I think?
I feel like there was one floating over Paris that wasn't a part of it.
It was just there. Oh, shit. Like, in reality, break one of those wings.
Yeah.
Done. What you gonna do, hop around? Like, who cares? A lot.
Let's stick to the format here.
Oh, I can already see that bitch back there.
Mila.
Yep.
That's what we need to talk about. Has there ever been a worse voice acting performance in the history of
It's so rough.
video games?
Oh,
I don't understand what her accent is. It's been 10 million different things. It's been Australian. It's been British. It's been like 5 different types of British. Every scene that she's in, it's different.
it's sort of different, yeah. Borderline like South African, like that can almost sound British too. Like, oh, she got that in there too.
I don't want to dunk on it because it was probably like a developer who they're just like, we need someone to be a British woman.
Yeah.
And she took the hit.
It's like, we need anybody. Like, who's got the best accent in the office? All right, we don't want to pay somebody else. I still hate the that fucking camera. Like, the controls for that are so ass backwards to me.
Yeah. Even though you flipped them.
Well, it's like the fact that clicking on the like moving. Okay, I mean, why we can't kill him? Why? Zooming in with the right stick back and forth just seems very strange to me.
Yeah.
Well, I actually got it in the frame that time. I was dying at that battery thing for zombies. It's just whipping around. It's just very blatantly a picture of nothing that I got, and the game's like, good job. Got him. God, sometimes the thing slides chooses to grab. It's like, what the fuck, man? Like, why? Oh!
What?
I'm fucking dead. I'm dead. Ah!
Wait, you can't kill them, but you can be seen by them?
That definitely makes sense.
Makes no sense.
All right, well. And then they just, like, give up eventually. Well, that's actually perfect. No!
Up!
Aye! Nailed it. Just like we drew it up, boys. Really, like, very blatantly Sly's just standing out the door. They don't give a shit. Okay. Clockwork. We obviously can't spoil it, but the ending to this game as a child fucked my whole shit up.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was like one of the first times the game like did that to me. I feel like.
Yeah.
Where are these eggs?
Are they in the window behind the windows back there with them? No.
Something in there.
I feel like I remember them being all along the side somewhere.
Yeah. So they're all the platforms. Bentley probably like actually described something about them too, and I just didn't hear him. Fucking A. I just love the idea of they just like, nope, if you're not in this thing, I can't see you. Like, I'm very blatantly 5 feet in front of them.
Especially with Carmelita too.
Oh fuck, there they are. Oh my god, yeah.
Where all of a sudden she just becomes a flashlight guard and is blind.
Yeah, she just has a bigger flashlight. That's about it. Okay. I don't remember what the eggs do.
It looks ominous. I think I remember.
Just like mechs in them?
I think it's the spice.
Oh, I think they like drop them. Bentley's like, I detect voices from the front. Like, oh, you mean the people very clearly standing right there? God, Paraglide's such a game changer.
Yeah.
That and the stealth slide are so good. Close enough yet? No. I don't think we take pictures. I think we just listen to them. Yeah. Nayla?
Nayla?
Nayla's here too! What up, bro? I also loved how at the, like, not John Bisson, Rajan's ball or whatever, like, all of the Claw Gang were there, and I was like, I don't fucking remember that.
Yeah.
Like, you see all the people before they're actually there.
Yeah. The other thing is she has, like, a bindi on her forehead.
Yeah.
So, is she an Indian jaguar?
Right? With a British accent?
Which is possible, but she's also been Australian.
Mm-hmm.
It's so confusing.
Yeah. They just combined so many cultures. They didn't know what the hell they were doing.
Very 2003.
Try to think of a way, any way, to stop Clockwork from getting reassembled.
You guys could have stopped it already. I love just the science jargon they just make Bentley. That, like,
Yeah.
sort of makes sense, but they're just like find fancy words to kind of bullshit what he's talking about.
And then when they threw in, like, the supernatural stuff with the Contessa.
Oh yeah, like ghosts and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, now I gotta rob them.
Use the cataratic defibrillator to store their souls in your camera.
Cataratic defibrillator. Oh my god. My sensors are detecting some hibbity jibbities in the flim flams.
Are you allowed to kill them now?
Oh my lord. How did he, of all the times they actually see you? They're like, oh, he's gone, I can't find him.
Nothing to see here.
Yep. Oh, didn't jump far enough there. Watch me die in the recon mission. That'd be all-time great moment.
You also don't utilize running away enough as a strategy.
Yeah, like you just eventually outrun them.
Yeah.
Pretty easily. Especially when, like, the stealth slide, if... I think on, like neutral ground, I think it's just as fast as sprinting, too.
Yeah.
But then, like, obviously if you're going downhill, you'll get going even faster. The final key. Excuse me. Alright. Slow down the spinning inducers. That's good. I also miss Sly, like Ninja Star chucking the keys into the
Yes.
From the first game.
I don't know why they didn't keep that in.
Yeah. Like, that was probably someone's job. Like, oh, we've actually mastered the key torque like mechanics now in the game, so we can make it look believable. Do I have to land on those platforms? Fuck, I didn't listen to Bentley.
Yeah, I think you do.
Okay. Trying to get
Reverse the polarity of the subprime axis.
Get it.
Shoot,
Nope.
shoot, shoot.
I am gonna die in this, 100%.
You're definitely gonna die.
100%. You already know.
You done know.
You done know. Oh, yep. It's time to salute. Huh. Oh, please still count. Nope, went back to 0. Alright, well.
I think there's gotta be a better
kinda.
way to get up on those.
Yeah. So, okay, we could talk a little bit about this before we get started. How old were you, and, like, what was, like, the story of how you, like, found Sly, like, for the first time? Like, how'd you get to start playing him? Because little preface, like, Grace and I went to high school together, we're best friends, and one of the... oh, fuck. Oh, thank God I got it.
Oh.
One of the things we bonded on early on was, outside of Jim Gaffigan, was the fact that we both played Sly Cooper. I was like, I fucking literally never met anybody else who even knew what these damn games were. Everyone's always like, oh, did you play Ratchet and Clank or Jack and Daxter? I'm like, fuck both of them. Never played them. Sly Cooper all day.
Yeah,
so like
me, you, and Sam are really like the only people that I've ever known who played these games.
Yeah. For some reason, it's such a lost gem. Like, I don't understand why it didn't do well compared to the other ones. But anyways,
to go into like how I got into the game and when I first played it, I don't remember exactly how old I was, but I was probably in 4th or 5th grade.
That sounds about the same for me, I think.
I went over to my friend DJ's house, and he had it up. Like, so I had an Xbox versus PS2.
Oh, right.
And so I went over to his house, and he had it on, and he was playing it, and I remember specifically, he was on the first Contessa level. And I was like, what is that? And he's like, oh, it's Sly, like, it's this cool game. And so I started playing it a little bit, and just had so much fun running around and rocketing people.
Oh, shit! Oh, no. I don't remember that at all.
Pause!
Yeah. Just killed those people, so I didn't give a single shit. What's all this said? Good idea, Bentley. Fuck. I was hiding, and then it just pops right out. You rummy blighter.
That was the best line.
I died. I've never heard that in my whole fucking life. Fuck.
All this because you can't fly. You're pathetic.
I feel like that's a little harsh on Sly's part.
Yeah. Like, let's be real, this is a dope plan. Like, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Those trivial schemes honestly played a big part in my rankings for the levels when we get into that. Like, what's the part and how is the person using it was like so... Like, some of them are really good, I thought, and clever.
Yeah.
And then you waited while I stole the parts from the other Claw gang members. All the while not arousing any suspicion that you were behind it all?
Yep, that's about it.
Yep.
I had to carry your pathetic gang to that first set of heists. I was overjoyed when Arpeggio let toss you in jail. I could finally go out to the parts myself.
The parts myself.
He was fueled by his hatred for my family.
What a great exposition scene we got here.
You can't make people hate.
Oh, my poor naive boy. My meticulous mind has found a way.
Oh, God.
Spice consumption makes you both angry and susceptible to hypnosis. The Contessa, hypnotist.
Oh, this is where they're going to talk about the eggs, I think.
I feel like this is low-key racist.
What part?
Spice makes you angry. All this spice we've been mining from India makes you angry.
Right.
You've been collecting northern light energy so you can hypnotize everyone beneath the blimp.
Fucking illegal spice trade.
Yo, Dimitri's my boy.
Oh my god. His radio started getting to me by the end of it just because he wouldn't shut the fuck up. Like, every time I tried to say something, he'd come out with some outlandish stuff, but just listening to him talk, oh my god. He's so good.
Do, do.
It's the best music in the game, 100%.
So good.
And his whole like, hey, like that yell thing he did.
Yeah.
Oh
shit, that's right.
Oh fuck.
What made you think I wouldn't the same to you?
Oh my god, that's right. I forgot it was her in there.
my protege, not the next candidate for my immortality. I demand you exit the clockwork frame or...
Didn't remember that either.
Dead.
Literally dead. Clockla. Oh my god. My favorite game of all time. You can't just come up with things like Clockla if you're not a generational talent. Clockla? I totally forgot about that. Oh, here we go. Bentley's just, what the fuck?
We all know things are looking grim.
Things are looking grim.
Mila has joined herself to the clockwork frame that the Union has produced. Clockla.
Clockla.
She's out and free to terrorize the world. This blimp
Isn't she just like chilling, like flying around in the level now too?
But I don't think she like swoops down to mess with you. Like
No. Yeah.
She'll be immortal. But we still have a chance. In her new form, she'll need to draw a lot of energy from this blimp's engines to stay
She needs energy from the engines.
That should be enough to weaken her to a state in which we can attack. Getting at these engines will require all three of us to work together in perfect harmony.
Yeah, basically just blowing up the engines to like weaken her defenses. Basically the plan.
Well, they were just the warm-up round for what we'll be going through tonight.
Hmm. Hot damn. I don't think I got any loot. No. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and run around a Sly. Looking for bottles. See, what are the missions here we got? Looking for bottles, getting some money. This fucking guy. Every time I walk out the door, he's going to be like, well, what's this then? Like, you're 5 feet away from the safe house. You couldn't find me? There's actually...
I love how the majority of the safe houses are just in the middle of the open world with a giant ass window that you can.
Yeah, they're just sitting right there. Alright, so yeah, we're going to try to find these last 24 bottles while we're doing our top 8 Sly 2. And they call them episodes, but that just seems weird. Yeah, but technically the episodes. So we've...
I've just been calling them levels.
Yeah, they're basically the levels. The like different factors that could have played into this, like I said, at least when I was figuring it was like the villain itself, the missions that you play within it, the overworld was kind of a big part of it, and then like I said, to me the like what the clockwork part was and like what the villain was doing with them at the time. Like for example, Dimitri and his tail feathers to print money is like the funniest shit, and that just seems so true. To like, oh yeah, Dimitri would just want a bunch of cash, like tail feathers. Like etching dollar things on it. That sounds about right. So
it's like it's just a comprehensive everything in one. Like, what were your favorites?
Right. Yeah.
Started playing it at my friend DJ's house. Was just pickpocketing and blown away. Was like, this is the most amazing game.
Yeah.
I need to have it. I actually had an Xbox at my mom's house, which
fuck.
I was at.
Damn it! It's a Sly mission. Are you fucking kidding me?
Maybe that can be the first thing you do after you.
Yeah. That'll have to be the very last one we get. But anyways, go ahead.
I had an Xbox at my mom's house, which I was there most of the time. But then I had we had a PS2 at my dad's house.
That's legit.
And so I don't know if I immediately was like, I need this game, or if I just remembered it from playing it at my friend's house.
Yeah.
But eventually I got the game, and loved it. Was playing through it, but it was actually a very interesting playthrough experience for me. Like I never had a good grasp of how long this game was, because I was only at my dad's house on Wednesdays and on every other weekend. And the other thing is, my sister Bailey and then my stepbrothers were always there and wanted to play as well. And so we had to take turns. And so I would let them play, but I'm like, you're not allowed to do any missions. Like,
Yeah.
when it's your turn, you cannot do missions. And so it took forever to get through.
Oh my god, yeah.
Because I was just playing a few days at a time and like in 30-minute spurts, essentially.
Yeah, especially because you played this one before the first one too, right?
Yeah.
Like you didn't play that
I
one till
played
later.
this one first. And so I eventually I finished the last Contessa lesson or level, and then I actually went over to Sam's house and figured out that he had that game, and I was like, you have this game?
You had it the whole time.
He was on this level, And so I
Really?
played this level, like I took over his game, played this level, and we did it all
That's
before I
amazing.
played the John by Son ones, just because I was so addicted I could not stop.
Mm-hmm.
And I've done this to Sam, like, well, I've actually done this to multiple friends where they've had games and I've like taken over and played.
You've like
their
finished it. Like this
Like,
is my save file now.
Uncharted 2 at Pat's house.
Yeah, you're like this is mine actually now. Thank you, Pat. Thank you for
But
starting this game.
And this will get into our list, but I feel like the Jean by Son levels I love so much because I went back to them after having this great experience of like playing the last level, beating the game, and then going back and being like, oh, I have more to play. But I also love this level because I played through it that first time.
Yeah.
Like at Sam's house. It was his birthday party. Like he had a Laser Quest birthday and we came home and like beat this game. Like stayed up all night. Like,
oh my god. That's the shit from back in the day. Like those birthday parties, like played Laser Quest for hours, get exhausted, and then eat a fuck ton of pizza, and then oh yeah, we're just gonna play video games for 10 hours because we have nothing to do.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so that was how I first got into this game, and then it was almost in constant rotation at my dad's house whenever I was over, with Bailey playing it, my stepbrothers playing it. It was just almost always on. And so I've probably played through this game on my own, I would say 4 to 6 times.
God damn.
I can't be certain.
Yeah.
But I've probably played every level in this game close to 10. Just because
that's amazing.
All the time that my youngest stepbrother Cole, you know Cole.
Oh yeah.
All the times Cole was playing it and just couldn't. I mean, he was 5 years old. He couldn't get through it. And so he was like, Grayson, I need you to do this. And so I played through it a million times.
Remember when he said, make it bacon naked?
Make it naked.
So you were spitting bars back then, Cole. Oh my god. I think this is my 4th time. I know I played it like the first time, like on my own, where I was like, oh my god, these games are amazing. Then I like came back to it a couple years later and played it again. Then like me, you, and Sam played through it, like taking turns. So I didn't play everything, but like saw everything pretty much.
Yeah. And that was when the 4th one came out.
Yeah. So I've actually watched you play some of the 4th, but I've never played any of it. So I'm actually really curious when I get to that one.
And
how it's gonna go.
I can't wait for you to get to those ones either because I don't remember them at all. Like I barely remember that game versus 2 and 3, which I've played through so many
yeah.
That it's like I probably know this video game better than I know anything else.
Yeah. The fuck? Oh, those little plane things.
What the hell?
Do you see that guard go flying?
Yeah.
I don't know if he got hit by Neela or what.
Sometimes just crazy stuff happens in this open world that is honestly the best parts of this game. And I feel like that's where it, like the improvement on this one from the first one is almost in every way, but the open world is for sure the thing. Because there have been moments where something insane has happened.
Yeah.
That's not scripted, not supposed to be a part of the game at all, and I just died.
Oh yeah. Grizzleface messing people up in Jean Bisson, like you make one noise and all of a sudden all the guards go nuts, and that means like the bear's like, oh, time to fuck everybody up, and you just stand on the building and watch him just slaughter everybody.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
And there was a
oh wow. Literally immediately got hit. Well, got hit again. Anyways.
There was a time in my playthrough where Carmelita just got decked by a train in the first zombie. And it was just
so
incredible.
Yeah, fuck Carmelita. Oh my god. It's such a hard area to navigate because there's so many just weird places. Like I don't have a good grasp of this area yet. Oh, there's a fucking bottle. Good.
That's what's the advantage of doing all the bottles first, though.
Yeah, like you get to know the world.
But that's the thing.
Fuck me, god damn it.
That's the thing in my playthrough is I don't think I'd ever done the bottles before. Like,
I definitely wasn't like as dedicated to them as I am
all
now.
the times that I'd played through, maybe I had accidentally stumbled across 30 bottles just in playing, but it was never something I actively looked for.
Yeah. God damn. But what was the thing you
And
were saying? Like, if you kill a guy who has an item before you steal the item, like he'll guaranteed drop a health boost or something. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I don't. It's definitely not a guarantee. Like you just did it with that guy right there.
Yeah.
But I think it makes it more likely. For
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, he's not like melting, but they're just instantly dying. I heard a bottle hopping around over here, but there it is. But yeah.
Well, so should we start and just like I do my 8th and then you do your 8th?
Yeah, I figure we can like alternate back and forth because every level will probably really only get talked about like the one time. Because like once we come back, like oh, like say your number 7 is what my number 6 is. Like oh, we just got done talking about like that level in general. So yeah, you can go ahead and start us off. So here we go. Top 8 slide levels. Slide 2 levels.
Notification: Swirly Games just uploaded a video, episode 29.
Ah, perfect. Go watch that. Well, hopefully you've watched that already if you're watching this one. Because this will be part 31? Yeah, 31. So, anywho.
Okay. So, in last place for me, my 8th slot goes to the Predator Awakes, a.k.a. the second Rajan.
Fucking hilarious. Also my number 8, the Predator.
Yes! Yes!
That one had the most tedious open world to me.
Yeah.
Like I cut so much out of those videos of like the one where you have to fucking get to the plants on the thing. That took me 40 minutes. I was like, where the fuck do I go? It's so ass backwards.
Everything can only be accessed by like
one
vine
specific,
that you
yes.
get to, and that vine like starts out all the way on the other side of the map.
Mm-hmm.
And also like Rajan for me was just not, I didn't give a shit about him as a
yeah, he's my
villain.
least favorite for sure.
He didn't interest me. And the jungle, I didn't love that as an environment. Like everything about it to me, it was like I didn't even have a hesitation in this. That was my bottom level, 100%.
Yeah, that one, it was kind of honestly 7 or 8 were sort of close, but then once I really looked into it, I was like, oh no, 8, it's so much like actively annoying things where like the 7th one, it's kind of like, well, like it's just kind of there, like there's not, it's kind of like neutral, whereas I love the other 6, but yeah, Predator Awaits, I was like, this actually like, this kind of sucks really bad.
Yeah.
Like, it's probably my least favorite. Once I get through 3, it'll probably be my least favorite out of that one, too, I bet. Yeah.
Yeah. Non-spoiler spoilers, though, the Australian Outback episode level in 3 is going to be in competition.
That's up there. Yeah. That one, too, because it's also frustrating because it could have been so good, because I'm pretty sure it's the biggest area.
Yeah.
But, like, it's the biggest one, but it's also extremely linear in, like... Yeah, it's huge, but like you have to get to this thing in this one way.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just all feeds into that. Just run around until you find that very specific path. And fuck, that's so funny that we agreed.
Well, we're definitely not going to agree on 7. This is where we will have some conflict.
Oh god. Oh no.
My 7 is Jailbreak, the first contestant.
Oh my god. This is fucked. This is a horrible idea. Oh my god. Honestly, we'll get to when I talk about that one after a while, but playing it again, I still loved it, but it was more like nostalgia, I think. Like that was the first one that like super stuck in my mind of like when I really loved the second game was because of that.
Yeah. So for me, like you'll obviously go through the things that you liked about the level.
Yeah.
The things that I didn't like about it and the reason that I have it so low is I felt like it was really quick in comparison with the other late game episodes. Like I think Dimitri's one is for sure the shortest.
Yeah.
But it was so quick, and a lot of it was just like Bentley at the beginning plowing through to save Sly, and then it was Sly doing everything on his own. And I just didn't love the environment. Like I love the atmosphere of the environment.
The aesthetic's really good.
Yeah, I didn't love the map itself. And yeah, and I like none of the missions really stand out to me, because that's another big thing is like there are certain missions that I remember specifically.
Yeah, that bump up an area.
The only mission
Queen.
that I remember, my queen. The only mission I really remember from that one is the bridge one, and I only remember it because I didn't like it.
Oh shit. the one where you have to like pickpocket stuff off of Contessa, I remember like that mission like stressed me the fuck out.
Yeah.
Like it was just so hard, and like for some reason that always stuck out. Like I ended up liking it though. Like that was the first slide mission that like when I finally beat it, I was like, I finally conquered this thing like in this game.
Yeah.
But
yeah, no, I remember that being really hard too because I definitely didn't have the electroshock charge move.
yeah,
so
that was a game changer. Oh man, that's so funny. That's your number 7.
What's your 7?
So my number 7, just to shit on Rajan a little bit more, is the first Rajan level, Starry-Eyed Encounter. The like actual world felt super boring because it's just like a city with like not a ton going on in it. Like the elephants were kind of cool, but I also like doing this Let's Play, when I saw the elephants, I was like, oh god, the elephants, that's right. But then I actually played it, I was like, oh, they don't really do literally anything. Like for some reason I remember the mission where you have to like break the elephants out, or no, yeah, we had to like hit the headdresses or whatever and like jump on their backs. For some reason I remembered like after that mission, like the world now had elephants running around. Like I thought it was one of those, like the world became different once you beat that mission, but that just 100% doesn't happen. I was like, all right, I guess I just made that up then. But yeah, it just goes back to Rajan himself not being my favorite, and like he had the wings literally just to sit there and display. I was like, you're not even doing anything with them. Like, yeah, it just seemed like a weird choice for it, which might play into why I like Jailbreak so much. When we get to that, it was like I had just done the 2 Rajan levels. I was like, fuck, I'm not feeling Rajan very much. And then the Contessa herself, I thought was super cool.
Yeah, so that it just, you loved it because in comparison.
Right, yeah. That's my number 7, Starry-Eyed, which at least you get to do some ballroom dancing with Carmelita. So I was like, oh, this is dope.
Well, that's convenient because that's my number 6.
Oh, perfect.
We're all the same. Like, I just didn't like Rajan. I didn't like either of the Rajan levels.
Mm-hmm.
I liked his first one better.
Yeah.
Because I actually did kind of like the environment of the world. Like, I liked the city aspect of it. I liked platforming on all the different like sections and all the ledges and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And it does have two of my favorite missions, which is the ballroom dancing and also the break stealing the tuxedo stuff.
That one was cool too. Yeah,
I really like that. And right now, as you're fucked in terms of money, I was screaming at the computer when you weren't just looting absolutely everything in those rooms. Because I remember such a loot grab where you just smash everything in sight and get so much coin from it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but in general, I'm down on Rajan, and the only reason I had it higher than Jailbreak is because I didn't like those levels so much.
Yeah.
Or those missions.
Yeah, I would say it like what it lacked in like the world itself, it did have some good missions in it. But I think I just found myself like the world being cool is like a bigger factor, I think, to me. Like he just had my least favorite areas to run around in. So like that hurt it a lot. So that was your 6. So my number 6, this is where it gets to the point where like I actively love all of these. Like it sucked having this be like my 3rd like least favorite. But my number 6 is Menace from the North, the one that we just finished.
Yeah.
I think I liked the train stuff with Jabi-san a lot more than like the lumberjack game type stuff. Like for some reason I just didn't like it as much. I like climbing the lighthouse a lot. I thought that was really like fun thing to do, like climb up that thing. And then like Grizzleface running around. Like it's hard. I don't really have a ton of bad things to say about him anymore. I was very bummed with that RC combat mission. Like that seemed very, I was like, what the fuck? Like I remember this being super cool.
Yeah, no, and when I think we're thinking of a similar mission in 3. Because I played through it last night, and the exact same thing happened to me. Like, not as bad as with you. I think you just spam, like...
I just spam fired him, yeah.
That thing. I did the same thing, and it wasn't as bad, but it only took, like, 3 or 4 hits, and it was over in probably 20 seconds.
Why are these guys turning around? Like, what about what I just did made him see me? That's fucking
I don't know, but you're getting fucked because you haven't actually stolen any...
I know. Like, I'm trying here.
Well, I'm not going to say much about that level because spoilers for the top of my list.
Oh, shit.
But we are on to...
so that's our 5 now.
5?
Yeah.
So now we're in the same place where you were saying you didn't really have anything bad to say about it.
Mhm.
That's where we're at. For me, like the bottom 3, all those ones I didn't really love.
Yeah.
But now we're in the place where I love every single level that's on this list. It's just a matter of like which is my least favorite of all of them.
Right.
And for me, I had He Who Tames the Wild Horse is 5.
Oh, okay.
Which I know from our conversations, that's a big shock. Because going in, I thought that was my favorite.
Yeah.
But me playing through everything in the last 2 weeks, I really changed my opinion on that.
Now that it's like fresher in your mind. Oh fuck, there's the last one.
And I think the reason why I loved it so much originally was because of that experience of beating the game at Sam's house and then coming back, just going straight into that world. And I love the environment. I love the snow. I love that it's brighter than most of the other ones. Like one of the things about this game that kills me is how dark everything is.
It's got a very dark palette, yeah.
And I, like, as a kid, just absolutely loved the train heist. I thought that was so cool. I lived into the idea of it's a train robbery.
Yeah.
I liked that the different parts were in different missions and that you kind of collected them throughout the entire level. But playing back through like in my mind, the train heists were the best part about the game, and that's why I put that one so high. And playing back through it, I didn't like those heists at all. Like the trains were fairly boring to me.
Yeah.
And
it's another one that's like better in concept than in execution. I also I love that area or that level, but the landing on the hatches, oh man, that one was annoying.
Yeah, I mean, I love the level, but looking back on it, having just played it, the next 4 levels I just love better, and so it went from 1 to 5 to me. Like in my memory, that was my favorite level, and in reality, it's at the bottom of the list.
It's in the bottom half, yeah.
It's in the bottom of the ones that I love.
Yeah, which is wild. It just shows how like deep this game is, for how like the quality of it. Like it's obviously it's my favorite game of all time. So that would also make it the best. Wow, I just literally ran right off of it. The best sequel of all time. Like just what they did compared to the first one is just absurd. Yeah, that's kind of where like it's really picking like very small reasons that like separate these levels now for me too. So my number 5, and it might change as we get into it because it's obviously been a while since I played this one here, but my number 5 was Anatomy for Disaster. I think I remember like the end of the game being so cool, and like the idea of like Neela being bad and like she mixes with Clockwork even though Clockla is hilariously stupid. Like just the like epicness of like what's happening. Like the first game, it's like, oh, we're just trying to find the book my family had. Like it doesn't feel super high stakes, but this is like, oh fuck, she's gonna like rule the whole world now. And like they really build the story of how like everything the Clockwork Gang did like together as a group like fed into the total story of the game, and it just ends very well with what's going on right now. But
You can just run.
yeah, for where we are now, it's like, well, where the fuck are these bottles? This is a side thing. Yeah.
Did you get all the ones that are up by like that yellow, the highest point, like the yellow blimp area?
From
Like on the other side of the turning fan.
over there.
Yeah.
I know I went up at least one of them, but that's where I'm guessing these ones have to be, is like on this section, because you can't really get to it without going up these things.
Yeah.
I think I got all of these ones, but there's still 4 of them. God, there's so many guards here too.
That's another thing that this game does really good job of, is increasing like the difficulty as you go along.
Yeah, this is definitely the most unique overworld too, like just this weird blimp with all these bridges and stuff like that. And I don't remember a ton about the missions themselves, but like the very ending of this game being included in this made this tough to put only at 5. Like that alone almost bumped it up higher on my list.
Yeah. And for me, I have it at 4. And I feel like it's because I played it the least, just because it's at the end of the game. And,
right.
but
Maybe some over here.
yeah, it's what I remember the least about. But I do love the overworld. Like I love this blimp. I just think that it's a cool concept.
Yeah.
But
Oh, there's one.
yeah. It's definitely the one I'm least familiar with, and I haven't played it yet, and so there was a part of me that was like, oh, this might change as I watch you play it and as I play it myself, but I couldn't put it ahead of anything else just because my top 3 I'm so high on.
Yeah. I think it was like 5 felt like a safe place to put this one because, like you said, I was like, well, I haven't played this one as recent as obviously the rest of the game in the past like couple weeks, but it's like 5 still feels good, so it might be higher. I definitely don't think it'll be lower than 5 though. So it felt like a good
there's one
floor. Yeah. So my number 4 is the Black Chateau with Dimitri. That one, oh, what a fucking jump! No, God, see, I was trying. Wait, he like snuck his way up there.
He was just like,
And of course, there was sparkly blue stuff there. I hit that, and Sly's like, "Oh, what's that? You want the hook 10 feet below you? Got you, fam." Like, no, Sly. He fucking,
oh my god.
He literally did it again. Oh my
also,
lord.
I don't know how these guys are seeing you. Like,
Yeah.
the entire rest of the game, they only see you when you're actually on the that they're on.
Right.
Like, you can be chilling on a spire right next to them, and they won't see you until you hop onto their roof.
They are like, and then I'll just be pickpocketing, and all of a sudden they'll just turn around. Oh, thank God. There's still 8 of these bad boys. But yeah, Black Chateau, one of the best opening levels to a game because it being the first of this like open world Sly, like it really does a good job of like giving you the basics of it, kind of.
Yeah.
There's nothing super crazy about it, but it's just a solid. Please land on one of these, or land on none of them. That's also good. God.
I think you maybe could have paraglided over.
Yeah. Dimitri as a villain, he's so like harmlessly fun that like he's literally just wants like money for his nightclub and stuff, whereas like the other guys are like actively trying to like poison the world.
Ooh, there's one out there.
Oh fuck.
There's one on the top of that glass thing that you're stuck on right now.
Shit.
Sure. There has to be.
Damn,
this is like a hard level to get all the boxes.
Very hard.
These are in like places that you almost have to glitch your way up to.
Honestly, yeah. There's no good way. Again, I wasn't even on the fucking same level as this guy.
Oh.
Now I'm like, maybe I do need the lightning attack.
Yeah, for real.
Like, if they're gonna be such dickheads about it every time.
I mean, if you have it, you might as well.
Yeah. Especially because that was a vault power, I think, too. So, like, I earned that shit. Yeah, we mentioned it a little bit earlier. It's got the best music in this game, by far. Dimitri, his nightclub stuff is so good. It's the...
Like, that shit slaps!
It really does. Like, non-ironically, that shit's amazing.
Like, it's not a good song. It's not a good song, but it fucking slaps. And they somehow, like, they clearly didn't have a budget for it, but they just got on a fucking, like, Windows program, and they're like, we're gonna have one vocalist just go, ooh, ooh.
Yep.
And this is gonna slap on me, and that's
it's so good. And then like the mission where you have to follow him, that's like my favorite like boss recon type mission. Like maybe not necessarily the pictures, but where you just like follow this guy around and see what he's doing and just the shit he would mumble to himself. And it's like, oh my, this guy's actually insane.
Yeah.
And then it's without saying details, it's cool that you get to see Dimitri in some way again later on. Like that was a good choice for something later in the series.
Yeah, that he's not just gone, because he was honestly one, aside from like the big four, Sly, Bentley, and Carmelita, he's the most interesting character.
Yeah.
Okay, my number 3 was the Black Chateau.
We've actually been really close on these, I feel like, outside of the one egregious mistake you made, but that's fine.
I love it. Like, honestly, I feel like there are a lot of ways where I also considered making that my number 1. Just like it being the intro to the game, like setting up the world, especially in comparison to like what the first game was and how they expanded on it, and that being your introduction to it.
Yeah.
Dimitri, we've talked. I love as a character. The only thing that really brings it down for me is it's very much. It's almost like a prologue episode.
It's so short.
It's really short. So that's really the only thing that is holding me back in terms of it. But yeah, it's firmly in my number.
Yeah, like I would love a Dimitri level that was like 50% longer, because they really do kind of baby step you into the like theme of the game and how things work in this one. But that's I love me some Dimitri.
Yeah.
So that was your 3. So now we're on to my 3.
Yep.
So my number 3 is He Who Tames the Iron Horse, which we just got done talking a little bit about. I think it really is the train heist stuff. Like, it wasn't as well executed, but I liked at least that they did.
There's one up there. See it?
Get up there. Yep. I think I tried to get that one earlier and I just couldn't make it, and I just bailed on it for whatever reason. I like the train heist. I like that they're all like different enough, and I like I like Jean Bisson a lot as a like boss. I love his origin story of like he was literally frozen for like 150 years and he just doesn't understand the times anymore.
Yep.
Plus I loved like the snowy areas too. Like that world I liked a lot, with like Carmelita roaming around like after a while. That was a good example of what I thought the elephants in Rajan's area was like, where the elephants are on the loose, like now they'll be around. Like Carmelita, I don't think, at least I didn't find her because it was like the first mission I happened to do, but I don't think Carmelita's there until
she's not. Yeah, she's not in it until you do that. I think there's a way for you to get on top of that first one,
the roof,
the higher,
like up there, kind of.
Yeah, and then I think you paraglide down.
Oh, this is the one that's the. Okay, I did forget that we had one up here. This is gonna be risky. See if I can not trigger that mission.
Can hit it. Like smack it with your cane.
Fuck! Shit! Oh my god, that sucks. This is an hour long already too.
I know. What are we gonna do?
I don't know.
Or should we keep going through our list as you do this mission?
Might as well, honestly. Yeah. Yeah.
You're gonna get so much content. You're not gonna have to start recording the third game for weeks.
I know. Like I don't know if I'm gonna end up making this just be super long or somehow like chop it up, like just put like a little cut in there. Like I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna get to that. Wow.
This is actually a good one to talk over though, because you're just in the world pickpocket.
Yeah, like I had the pipe dream that I was gonna get all the coins I was gonna need in this too, but that's not happening. The bottles are taking 30 years on their own. But yeah, I liked the idea of like Carmelita being around in the area, because she's kind of like, I'm realizing now that she's like not really in this game a lot.
No,
because she gets kicked out so much. It seems so strange to me. Like I would have thought she would have been like a big hit after the first game, but then she's also kind of just there in that one too. So it must be the third one more that they like really team up more so, but it's very weird. Yeah, I just like the train idea and the like prospector and the like how the guy uses the clockwork parts. Like I love the idea of like this lungs just like pumping this engine and like the stomach pump and all that. Like it's a really like cool idea that you could do with like a bionic bird part. Like it just seems like a cool way to use those.
Yeah, it's the stomach part was kind of weird. Like the lungs made sense, but then they're like, oh yeah, the stomach is also pumping it, and
they're like, fuck, we made the arbitrary decision that he's got 3 trains. We need a third part that would sort of make sense, because they already that could have been something for the heart potentially too. Like the heart would have made more sense.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's my number 3. He Who Tames the Iron Horse.
Okay, well, I know what your top 2 are. My number 2 is A Tangled Web, which is the second Contessa.
Yep, also my number 2.
I
almost made number 1, but I think the nostalgia of my number 1 kept it there. But I totally forgot about the whole war, like Neela versus the Contessa. That's so good.
I just love how vertical that overworld is.
Yes.
And you get the paraglide. You can like go literally to the top and basically paraglide to anywhere in the map.
Mm-hmm.
The same kind of like gothic vibes that I liked about the first level, but
just more of it.
really liking the mission or the map
Yeah.
is still there. Contessa, I actually do like her as a villain.
Same.
So everything about it is strong. And when you told me that like the Contessa aspect was for sure your favorite part of the game, that's what I remember is playing that level.
Yeah.
And I feel like I legitimately played that level more than any other level.
Yeah, that one has like a lot of the stuff with the tanks running around and the just the idea that you're like playing two sides of the war like against each other was super interesting to me. Like you're just sabotaging two groups instead of only the one that you were in the rest of the game.
Yep.
Plus, like that's another like back to the clockwork part that they have and what they're doing with it. Like the clockwork eyes being like hypnotism tools is super cool to me.
Yeah.
Like just the mesmerizing eyes of clockwork. And it was another cool one. Like anything with Sly and Carmelita, like it's such like an easy story to do, but like the cop and the robber like having a thing for each other or whatever. But like that's the one where Sly's like, I understand we're trying to save the world, but like Carmelita's in there, and like we're gonna save her too. Like I liked how that Bentley's like, all right, I'll add her into the plan, I guess. Like we'll find a way to save her too. Like why not?
Okay, so we're both just on to our top.
Yeah.
Or wait, yeah.
Excuse me. My number 2 is also Tangled Web. So yeah.
Yeah. My number 1 then is Menace from the North.
Hell yeah.
It's like the Jean Bison levels together are absolutely about this game. And this one was just everything that I loved about the Jean Bison like atmosphere and the map. Like that map is better, I think, than the Tame the Iron Horse map. I just think it's more intricate and detailed. And the first Jean Bison level, in playing it, another criticism that I had was I didn't remember it being that. It feels small, like especially in comparison with like the size of all the other levels that we've had since essentially the Dimitri ones.
Yeah. It's almost as like a suit. Like it feels huge because like there's trains and everything driving all over the place, but it really is like 2 areas you're in. There's like 4 buildings and that's it.
Yep. And and I just love the second one. I liked the lumberjack game part. I know you said that you didn't like that as much as the train heist, but I really liked that part. I thought that was fun and cool.
I think I wanted more out of it. Like,
yeah,
Murray's part is another one. Like, it literally, like you press X 4 times and it's done. And I was like, oh, okay, well, yep, that happened. Nope, not even close.
What the fuck?
I'm just gonna die. Oh, I could have landed on that.
What is happening?
I have no idea. Sly! I just got fucking butchered. Holy hell. I hope I don't have to steal those keys again.
Yeah, so then your number 1 is obviously...
My number 1 is Jailbreak. Yeah. I think they said it was the nostalgia of it. Like, that one felt like the first... Like, I loved Dimitri and thought it was the fun start, and then the 2 Rajan levels. I was like, this is still Sly, it's still good, but, like, they're not, like, blowing me away. And then I think it was just the Contessa herself I thought was just super interesting and cool, and, like, the spooky, like, aesthetic of that. I was like, is Sly about to get, like, scary? And, like, it's not actually scary, but, like, it felt, like, super anxious, like, trying to pickpocket the keys off of Contessa, because like I said in the video, I didn't have that electric shock to take those guards out, so I was like, it was basically sneak up, hopefully I don't fuck up the triangle square thing, and then just run for my life and pray to God no one would see me. And it was just like, I was like in front of the TV, like sweating, like, oh, come on. Then by the end, she's got like 4 of those guards, and I was like, there's no way. I could just never do it 4 times in a row right. It just, she would catch me every time.
That was one of those levels that Cole could never beat, and so I ended up playing it probably 16 times.
Yeah, like it's just always there. I'm trying to think what other level missions were in that one. I liked the bridge one, was interesting with Bentley and the charges and stuff. I remember it being like kind of long. I was like, why is this mission still happening? Like he's placed like 30 charges, it feels like. Yeah. But then I really liked the idea, because I always liked See, it feels like I should be able to catch that.
Oh.
I always liked Bentley growing up. Like he's kind of.
Wait. What power up did you just buy for Sly?
What did I just buy? Oh my god, the jump. You know, I also just realized I could super jump with Murray and just get right up there.
Yeah.
Oh!
Oh my.
Woo! Because you could jump off of that. Thank God you said that. Holy shit! There's still 3 more. This is gonna take forever. I have no clue where they would be. There's probably there's always like one little cranny I just haven't been in yet, and there'll be 2 of them there, and then there's just one
Wait,
random one left.
Are you still doing the pickpocket mission?
Yeah, it's still technically happening. I have 3 out of the 5 keys. There's one over there, and then, excuse me, one back there.
That Feral Pounce jump is amazing, but I don't know what Twisted serves.
No, it's literally
I guess it's just like the version of the Murray Super.
Yeah, like it's more like for distance instead of height. Because then you could still double jump after it.
Yeah.
Which is how I was able to get up there. I might like play the game where I just run around and just listen for the clankings, I guess, but...
Yeah, whenever you get to the last few bottles, that's like...
Yeah. I find it really funny that our lists are extremely similar, except your number 1 is my number 6,
yeah,
and my number 1 is your number 7. Like, that's wild. God damn it. This fucker is gonna show up. Dude, like, what?
What is that?
I don't understand. How did he turn around? Wait a minute. I hear one.
Oh. Climb up.
I hear
rope.
2 of them.
Climb up that rope that's behind you. And
Wait,
right there,
this thing?
that flag. And then spire jump.
Oh.
Then look up.
I never noticed I could climb this. There we go. There's absolutely 2 of them up here. Okay. Nope. Grab that. I see it over there. Oh my god, one more, Dad. Our hell will be over. Yeah, I'm really curious. We'll have to do this again for Sly 3 once I play through that, because I don't... On the surface, I think I know what my favorite one of that one was. I think the Red Baron's my favorite of that one.
Yeah, that for me, go with just based off my memory, that is absolutely
Yeah.
my favorite.
For the level itself,
Yep.
the dog fighting, amazing.
Yep.
And then also, like, the twist on who the Baron is, like, without giving it away when we get to it, like, I was like, oh, shit, okay, that's pretty cool.
Yep. Oh, I didn't even remember that.
Yeah.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
He
my
got
god.
He got thrown into a fire and he didn't die. Right?
Yeah, I definitely. I mean, I played through 3 probably 3 or 4 times, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember it to the degree that I remember this one.
Yeah. I remember it's
But that-
very closely in my... It's like 1A and 1B for me is, like,
Yeah.
my favorite games.
Well, that's one thing that we can talk about now that we're through our list is
Mhm.
I know that at the beginning of starting the whole Sly series in general, you said that Sly 2 was your favorite, and we discussed what my favorite was.
Yeah.
And at the beginning, my instinct was to say 3, and then I was like, oh no, I think it is actually 2. The reason being that I feel like 3 has higher highs and lower lows.
Yeah.
And in watching you play through and then playing through on my own again, I actually think that it is open for 3 to jump ahead again.
Oh, really?
Just because the lows of Rajan and the first Contessa level for me were lower than I remembered them being.
Yeah.
And so based on my experience with 3, I think that it's possible that it might leapfrog it. Just because I think it's possible that 2, maybe even 3 of my favorite Sly levels of all time are in that game.
Yeah. Like, it might actually have more at the top than you thought, and then also 2 had lower lows than you thought as well. I like how 3, it does a really good job of like you do stuff as more people in that. Like small spoiler, like the first game you obviously only play as Sly. This one you play as Sly, Murray, or Bentley. But like in the third one, there's a lot more other characters you get to play, like do things as, and it's like all weird little like, excuse me, like a vehicle side mission, or it's like the little like the extra levels that are like, oh, we're mixing it up. Like this is a vehicle mission, like how Bentley's hacking missions are different than the other ones. Like I like all the ones in the third game.
Yeah.
Like the one, do you remember the underwater one?
Yeah.
That one's pretty cool. I like that one. So what was your? We can kind of do like a mini top. I guess it was only 5. Top 5 of like, off the top of your head. What do you think your top 5 for the first game would be?
I might need a little help remembering all of them because that was the game that I know Cole had it, and he would ask me to play levels, but having played the second one first, going back to it always felt like such a step down for me.
Oh yeah.
That I was not really into it. And so I played it through for sure once, maybe twice.
Yeah.
And I never really played it other than that.
Luckily I started from the beginning because it really is like once you've played the second one, like trying to go like losing all the quality of life and like extra features that this one has compared to the first one, like it's so tough to go back.
Yeah, and I'm really interested. I don't know if there is like any history of this that we could look up, but I'm interested in the development of these games.
Yeah.
If they always thought that like if Sly 2 was the game that they always wanted to make and they had to make Sly 1 first because they didn't have the budget or the ability to do it off the bat.
Yeah, because like a new franchise, they wouldn't be like, oh yeah, go ahead and go all out on it. Yeah.
Or if they made the first one and then they realized that that they could expand it in all this ways, and it just grew into this.
Yeah, like I definitely think it being like a PlayStation platformer franchise, they're like, oh, what have been the successful ones? Oh, Sly Cooper. Like it's basically the Portal or not Sly Cooper, Crash Bandicoot. It's like the Portal room. You have to go get your crystals, and like there's a time trial version of the levels. There's this like it fits like the format of the Crash game so much that I think they like had a cool idea for a character, and then they wanted to give it a gameplay that like people could relate to and be like, oh, it's like the Crash games. Like that was their big pitch, I think.
Yeah, and I never really played the Crash games, so I didn't until you played through it and was talking about it. I didn't realize that, and I think that's one of the biggest criticisms you could give. Obviously, this one is much, you know. Obviously, this one is just so much more complex in every single way. But the fact that it is kind of just an imitation of that also brings it for me.
Yeah.
I think you have to shoot those.
I was gonna say, I thought I heard Murray say something like very quickly. Like by the time I realized he was talking, he quit talking.
Yeah, and this is the level that I specifically remember coming in and like just taking over Sam's game file.
Why did I die?
What the fuck?
I don't know what happened. All right, let's see what Murray says it again.
Make sure when you shoot a ball, you then take out the ball the electricity is going to.
Oh, okay. So when you shoot out a bulb, make sure you then shoot out the bulb that the electricity's going to. So you have to do them in pairs, or else you explode like I just did. So you said Cole couldn't do this part right here?
No, this is the one that I came in and
Sam's, that's right.
And I stole, like, I took over his game file, and Tim Weeks was actually there as well.
That's amazing.
Because I remember we went to the laser tag party at, like, we started this level, went to play Sam's laser tag birthday party, came home and like played through the rest of it. And when we were at the laser tag party, we played as I was Sly, Sam was Murray, and Tim was Bentley.
That's amazing.
Which that's what me, you, and Sam are as well. Like you play Tim as the Bentley, which is hilarious because you both have glasses and are good at math.
Yeah, it really worked out. Because you're very clearly Sly, Sam is very clearly Bentley, and like
or Murray.
Or fucking God, literally, I don't know why I keep doing that.
You haven't done that in a few episodes. That's good.
Oh my God.
Keep fucking doing that.
No lie, there's been times where like I've said it and I'll just stop for 2 seconds and then just say the last 5 seconds of what I was talking about again and not fuck it up. So I probably did fuck it up. I just edited it out now. But yeah, like, it works out. Like, you're very clearly them, and like, oh, well, Bentley's the only one left. But like, I also really think I would be Bentley of the three, like, without anything involved.
Yeah. Oh, that's the thing is, I feel like the Sly's voice acting is incredible.
Oh, he's really good, yeah.
But I feel like Bentley and Murray get better in the third.
Yeah. Without spoiling the end of this game, like, Murray's, like, character, like, arc in the third one of, like, how he feels about what happened. Oh, he's saying something. Need to bomb these things. I'm assuming it's these? Yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, just like the way the characters react to the end of this game, I thought was pretty cool. Yeah. In the third, that's another, excuse me, like perk of the third game of like the story. I don't really remember the name of the bad guy in the third one. Like, I can picture him, but I don't remember what the dude's name is.
Of the third?
Yeah.
It's like Mr. M or something.
That sounds right. Let's see. Alright, we got in there. This engine is toast. One less engine. Alright, so that's the first of 4, I think, so. I like how some of the missions are deceptive too. Like, you're Sly to start this, but then you end up playing as Bentley in them. You get to do like multiple.
Another thing about this one that I didn't remember that I feel like opens up the third one to take its place is the thing about the first one that I really like that I feel like this one loses out on is kind of going into a space and having it be like a linear mission where you're just like fighting or sneaking your way to an objective.
Mm-hmm.
And in this one, so many of the tasks or the missions happen just out in.
Yeah, like there's very few rooms to go into to do a thing.
Like that's cool to have, but like one of the great parts about Dimitri, like the Dimitri level, is going into those like the club.
Yeah.
And, like doing those cool missions in a room.
Mm-hmm.
And I may be remembering it incorrectly, but I think there's that in the second one or the third one.
The third one, yeah. I can't remember off the top of my head, to be honest, but yeah, like I guess there's more examples of that than I thought. Of like the world is different by the time you get to the end of the game. Like the one that I was ready for it to happen was the elephants, and it didn't do it. But then there's like 3 of the other worlds actually do that.
Yeah.
Because I don't think you can get into those like Dimitri's office and stuff like that until you've done that mission to get in there.
Yeah.
All right, so since we've been, not the wrong button, struggling to get this final bottle, and we're running super long. This is going to be probably 2 or 3 videos on its own of what we've done so far, of us just walking around and kind of shooting the shit and stuff like that. But we're going to wrap this one up here, since we just did a second mission that was unexpected, and we still can't find this final bottle. So I'll still look for the bottle in the next video, and we might just do missions along the way and then hope it just like shows up all of a sudden. But we're going to cut this one here. Grayson, thanks for coming on with me, man. This has been a lot of fun getting to talk Sly with honestly the only other like Sly quote-unquote expert, if you want to call us that I even really know. So it's cool talking to somebody that actually like also loves and appreciates these games this much.
Yep.
Oh man.
Well, thanks for having me, and we will fucking be back.
Yeah, fucking be back. That's what I'm talking
Fucking
about.
be back.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please sure to like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at SoyGames. Grace, what's your Twitter? I never remember what it actually is.
I have to pull it up. It's Sheldon Firestone, but it's not all the letters.
Oh yeah, like certain ones are mixed. I'll find it. I'll put it up on the screen with what it is, along with mine on there. Follow us on Twitter. Listen to my dad, and I'll see you in the next video.